Yo, what is up, guys? It is Sweep here, and today I am going to go over my King of the Hill sweep for Chivas, kind of in depth, King of the Hill kind of shit, like deck selection and stuff like that, and explain why we picked the decks and what decks I was gonna pick throughout the games. So yeah, guys, let's hop into it. Really, there's not much to say. So Vitor choked really bad. I was on call with him. Like we're always on call with each other when we play because everyone's taking advantage. You could counter elixir and serial. You could do all this shit. You could see me. Mostly I'm just talking to him to stay calm because it's pretty nervous to be on like playing. And this is my third game. I've won one and lost one. So now this is my third ever game playing serial. In the 1v1 at least. 2, I wouldn't count 2v2. So yeah, started off. I decided to play Barput Royal Giant because it beats all of Kevin's decks. What we expected was either Balloon or Hog Rider, and I felt really confident with this. When I found out it was RG, I was like, oh, it's a pretty free matchup, and I just played it accordingly to how I would. Here's pretty funny. So what ends up happening here is I just kind of RG because I'm psycho. I'm surprised he didn't Fireball and just Hunter. That probably would have been the best play, honestly. But since he didn't do that, I decided to like just spam my elixir and do a lot of damage. I'm just like, that worked. I really wanted to bait out a Fireball because if I bait out the Fireball, I could easily cycle. Like, you can see me laughing there because I'm like, did he not have Fireball and cycle? Because I don't know why he didn't Fireball that. Talking to Vitor during this game really helped me a lot. So as I said once again, when I found out it was Royal Giant, I wasn't worried about the matchup. Kevin's a pretty good Royal Giant player, but he's not like terrifying like Morton is. So right here, I know he's gonna go in, so I just kind of, Baby Dragon in the back here, yeah. And I keep doing that just so the barbs would go on it. Like, does that make sense? I feel like it makes sense. Cause I want the barbs to go right on the RG. So then I counter push again, and I think one of my barbarians gets really lucky here. I probably could have heal spirited here as well. I didn't want to overcommit. You know what I mean? Because like I'm already so far ahead, so I'm just playing super safe at this moment. And if you guys don't know, I did use Barpet all games, and you know what? They're not nerfing it, so fuck it, use it. It's not a broken card. It's just smart deck selection. This was a good Fireball. Right here, I think he wanted me to Fireball. Like, okay, I need him to Fireball here so he'll build a big push. But it's super hard to break through a Barba and a Fisherman, 2 cards that are not getting nerfed. Don't ask me why. I'm not in charge of the balance team. And so here we go. See, I'm just like, yeah, that's doing. I have split lane pressure right now, so I'm like, he has no way to actually stop this since I have barbs. He can't kite it, and it's the RG is guaranteed to hit. Even if he plays a Hunter on it. So I'm just like, okay. Right here, I'm like, he can't do anything. I'm looking at the camera. Hey, he can't do anything. The bar foot's kind of broken. I'm just happy, you know what I mean? Like, here I'm thinking, okay, I took one guy out. No more pressure. That's how I see it. I got no more pressure on me now that I did my first game. I talk a lot because I'm just... I like to talk, right? I'm a natural content creator. I talk a lot. And especially when I'm nervous, I talk a lot. So I was looking, so I was like, who's next in King of the Hill? Because like, I'm not thinking this, I'm thinking in the moment. So I found out it was Pompeo, and I actually chose my deck. I'm like, Pompeo, I practiced versus Pompeo. I scouted Pompeo really hard. He never runs Rocket, and the fact that he never runs Rocket, I'm like, yo, I'm running E-Drag. E-Golem beats every one of his decks easily. Beats Balloon, beats Graveyard, beats Royal Giant, beats Mortar. That's the decks I was preparing for. And you run some weird recruits deck that I was gonna run. That's it's actually really strong, but we skipped this a bit. Yeah, so I already planned E-Golem like three days ahead before playing Pompeo. E-Golem's been one of my good decks. It's a really good deck if you know how to play it. People say it's no skill, but you know what? The deck's in the game. You could use it. You could have the same amount of success as I do. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the deck. Get mad at the balance team because I'm just a player and I play the decks that are gonna make me go to Worlds. So It is what it is. And I did got a lot of hate on Twitter, but it's like, well, you know what? I won. I pretty much secured playoffs. My team, my 2v2 team, fucking killed it. And I did my job. I listened to my coaches. I did my job. So yeah, Eagle. Funny story. Thing about Eagle is that like since they reworked Battle Healer, I've been kind of like I didn't play it for a while. Then I started doing it again in our like practices, and like I said, I was so confident against Pompeo because he has nothing that could kill an E-Drag. He doesn't run any decks where it's like, wow, Eagle sucks for this, and I really like Pompeo. That's why I gave him the emote. Pompeo was one of the nicest guys when I went down to LA. So here I am. I thought Pompeo played Eagle. I'm like, what is it? I'm like, oh my god, it's Eagle. I think it's Eagle. I think it's a mirror. And then I had Vitor on call. Vitor was looking at his decks, just try to see like which cards line up with his decks, because that's what we have. We have a whole sheet, like a Google Docs of everyone's decks, and before the game starts, we look at the first few cards and try to figure out what their deck is right away, because that will help you a lot during the match. So he's like, when he's telling the recruits, he's like, oh, it's that Royal Hogs deck. I was like, yo, that's awesome. That's free for me. And yeah, you're going to see it right here, just how disgusting Eagle could be sometimes. So he plays this. He gives me fireball value. I'm going to take that any day. And yeah, look at our elixir right now. So Vitor on call says, dude, he's at 2 elixir. I'm like, are you serious? He's at 2 elixir. Then I knew he spent a lot, but I didn't know he was that low. So I was like, okay, you know, if you're down 7 elixir versus me, I'm going to play an Eagle at the bridge. It's not Pompeo's fault. See, like he has headphones in. He could be listening to something. Belican looks at elixir like, fuck, you're allowed to do it. And if you're not doing it, you're stupid. That's just it. It could be a respect thing, but honestly, if you're not doing it, you're shooting yourself in the foot. They're letting you do it. So I NATO'd that just because I didn't want to live. I still had fireball for his Royal Hogs. I wasn't worried. Pretty good fireball. Hit him all back so the heal spray doesn't hit the tower. And right here, I'm like, you know, I gotta defend for about a minute. I'm smiling, you know. It's Barb Hut. It's so hard to break through a Barb Hut. You guys don't understand how broken Barb Hut is. Like when Barb Hut and Goblin Hut were like meta, it's super annoying. If you have any beatdown deck, which people love to play beatdown for some reason in CRL, they can't break through a Barb Hut. I don't know why. It's super annoying. So here I am just cycling. Plays Royal Hogs. I kind of freeze here because I'm like, you know what? Just waiting. See last minute if I have to NATO and I don't have to. I still do. But I see there's 20 seconds left and I see he really can't do anything here. And he's upset. He's like, yeah, he throws out the good game. And there's not much you can do. Just throw out the Barb Hut in the left lane. And it's like, good luck breaking through a Barb Hut. Broken ass card. You know? But see here, Pompeo used Barb Hut. So he doesn't get in shit, but I get in shit for running Barb Hut. It's like fucking right when he's a broken card. It's just easy deck selection. That's all it is. I listen to my coaches, and that's why I did the fucking, yo, these matchups are insane. This game's like 90% matchups, 10% skill. Depending on the player. But if you're at a high enough level, it's like matchups really matter. If you put like Ruben versus Morin, whoever has the better matchup should win, realistically. So yeah, disgusting. Eagle's gross. I hate losing to it, but man, it's strong. You know what I mean? It's a strong deck. But hey, it's like it works. I was so confident in this pick that I told the coaches I'm running Eagle versus Pompeo because they usually choose your decks. So I'm like, this is the trust me with this one because I know Pompeo. I practiced with him so many weeks. He does not eat like E-Drag. Shits on him. That's it. So then I copy his deck. If people thought it was a troll, but versus Diego B, I had 3 Musketeers Barb Hut, Eagle and Barb Hut, and that Royal Hogs Barb Hut. I had Barb Hut all three decks I was gonna run against them, and honestly, it was during the moment that I let Vitor decide my deck. And Vitor decided, hey man, run Royal Hogs. I was like, you know what? I kind of wanted to run Royal Hogs too because I had a feeling he was gonna run Graveyard. He didn't run Graveyard. He probably tried to snipe Sparky because I ran that last time versus him in No Tilt Worlds. So that's why he had Ewiz, you know, recruits, delivery. Just I'm pretty sure it was like a Sparky snipe deck, like kind of looking for a good matchup there. But I was trying to snipe Graveyard, and oh my, I landed the jackpot with that. I did land the jackpot. I'm really happy he didn't have Fireball either. Earthquake made it a lot easier. My Flying Machine he couldn't kill it. But boys at Chivas are having fun. I respect all the players there. I really wish I got more 1v1 game time though, because like I'm not a bad player. I do play a bit of cheesier decks, but hey man, if it works, it works. You don't always have to look good to win. So here I am. He plays that. I'm thinking RG. Vitor's thinking RG. So I play a Flying Machine, trying to bait out a Fireball because I don't know what he's running. And he plays a Cage, so we were like, RG Lightning, or is it Royal Hogs? Those are the two decks we're thinking right now. And so I cycle my Barb Hut. He cycles his Earthquake. I'm like, oh, it's Royal Hog cycle. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, this is a pretty good matchup, I think, because he can't kill my Flying Machine necessarily. And yeah, so we just play it super slow. It's just cycling, you know, playing passive. Here I go pretty aggressive because I want to see how much I can push my limits. I like doing that. I've never played this matchup before, so I like limit testing. That's why I don't overcommit, but I have a huge push coming down, and I know he has to spend a lot of elixir to defend this. So like I'm up 5 elixir almost right here, and all he does is have a Fisherman on the board. So I cycle back to a Flying Machine, play that pretty high up, and just limit testing. So I'm like, oh, that didn't work. I need Flying Machine for my offense for it to work. Oh, so this was funny. So he plays this, and he plays Royal Hogs. And look at my face. I'm so disgusted. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I love Diego. He's an amazing player. Like the amount of times he sweeps and stuff like that is insane. So here I go in because I knew like he was Royal Hogs and Heal Spirited. He's not gonna have a lot of elixir, so that's why I went in there. Knew my time to punish. Got it a lot more damage than I expected. I thought he was gonna cage, honestly. And here I go again. This was a pretty good split. Just the timing on like these little interactions, or people don't take note of these things. So yeah, just play slow Barb Hut again. Earthquake doesn't kill it. Like no spell kills a Barb Hut. Card's broken. Use Barb Hut. End of the story. Only Lava counters Barb Hut. Sorry, I get a really good Fireball. My my thing turns off, so I'm like, I look at the camera. I'm like, shh. Don't worry about it. Fuck, I'm such a comedian sometimes. So yeah, during the game, I know he can't kill my Flying Machine, so like my goal is just to keep this Flying Machine on the board as long as possible. It's the main goal. He goes in here, pretty interesting. Do I agree with it? No. I feel like he kind of has to like cycle an Ewiz, like maybe out cycle my Fireball. But this is the GOAT Heal Spirit. Oh my goodness, that Heal Spirit won me the game. I'm like, yeah, let's go. I always tell my head when a good play happens. And I just Royal Hogs here. Look how much troops I have on the board. I could have gone either left or right lane, and they both would have worked out. Fireball hits nothing, but you know, it's a good game. There I am, sweep. My third game. It's in the name, sweep. Easy. You know, I was happy. I was a happy man after that. Yeah. And then like that would pretty much secure us playoffs, and that's why I was feeling so good. Because I usually don't get as much 1v1 playtime as I necessarily want, but you know, my team's been killing it. Vitor's been killing it. So finally showing up in the 1v1 set where I belong is good. It's really good. Great deck selection. I could really play anything. I can't play Hog Rider that good, but everyone knows that I hate it. It's not my deck. I could play Royal Hog, just not Hog Rider. But hey man, like played good. You know, it was a good game, and yeah, that's how we swept. I swept Chivas, my 2v2. You know, we prepared the decks. We actually prepared the exact same matchups. It was really like 1 or 2 cards off, and we're like, wow, this is fucking perfect. As if we've been nailing these snipes every single time. Tribe's gonna be a little bit harder because they run a lot of weird shit. And yeah, so that's just explaining my deck selection and like what goes on during the games, why I'm talking a lot, and why I. So when I yawn, I'm not tired, boys. I'm not. When I'm nervous, I yawn. I go. I kind of just leave my mouth open and I just kind of yawn a bit. It's weird. I like nervous yawn. You guys have never seen it happen before, but it's a thing. And yeah, that's how we won, boys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. It means a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.